What, you know?
Mhm.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
And so here we go. It should be asking y'all in any minute now.
Okay.
What's,
Yep, I
what's that?
see it.
Okay. Now what I need to do, let me send this on Facebook now. Let me send it to Facebook. Okay. All right. It's on Facebook now, so we good. There's well. All right, cool beans. I just left Jennifer Maddox's location. She's where we're on tour at Woodlawn, and I interviewed her. So when you guys have time, check that interview out. We're really building a strong relationship with her, and that's good for us because she got that old Walgreens, beautiful space. And just imagine our Milwaukee troops coming on in. That's gonna be a thing of beauty there.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Si, what it's gonna be?
No, she where we was at last year, 6330 South King Drive.
No, I'm saying, what is it going to be? What she
No,
make it
that's
out
what
of?
it is. Nah, that's yeah, it's a space for our people, you know, a safe space.
Oh wow, in O Block.
Yeah, yeah. No, that
Okay.
hey, what you see is what you get. But I told her I envision buses, shuttle buses coming from Milwaukee and back and forth in that parking lot. That's what I envision for her.
Good. Hello, Sister Claudette.
The governor. She on mute?
Well, it was a little difficult for me to get on. It might be. She probably having a few difficulties.
I have
Okay.
too many Wi-Fi things on TV, phone, blah blah blah. Hey everybody, so glad to see you all out. And I got two kids I'm watching, so I'm busy, you know.
Yay, that's the future there. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, I tell
And,
you.
well, you in the warm climate compared to us. We at 46 degrees.
Yep.
So
Well,
don't
I've
rub
been
it in.
outside already with no clothes
I
on.
see your shirt. I see your shirt. You see I'm long sleeve
I noticed that too. I noticed
Yeah.
that too.
over there enjoying life.
Everything.
You enjoying life on us. Wait a minute now. Come on.
Yeah, gonna take the kids to a carnival today. It's so nice.
All right.
Hey, that travel coming to us. We gonna be traveling. It's coming. I'm telling you. We gonna have our
All
people moving all around.
right.
So let's go with the I'm gonna put the agenda up so y'all can see what it looks like. But let's get the roll call going first. So anyway, the purpose of what we're doing right now is called the alphabet PQ&R. Do y'all hear a little background on me?
Yes. A squeaking sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's me. This laptop might be too close. Maybe that's what it is, but all right. So this here is what we're doing. Every 30 days, we take time out of our schedule and we check in to see how we've been doing in the last 30 days. We call it the Global Summit because what we do is global. And so this new flyer that just came out today, it says the alphabets PQ&R Global Summit. Before we just had P through R Summit and people was like, what is that? Now it's telling you alphabets. Now, of course, it's not telling them the last name, but it's telling you these are alphabets. And of course, later on in the flyer, it does talk about the last name. So what's we're doing right now, and I want people that's going to be watching this for the first time to understand, is those last names, P, Q, and R, are the ones who ideally would be on the Zoom or in person because it's their month. And we only bug P, Q, and R last names in April of each year and 6 months later in October. So they are free after April 30th to not be bothered no more until October 1st. So with that mindset, anyone else on the call, we joined by Governor Pamela Dominguez, last name D. We got Governor Joe Murrell's last name M. what they're doing is called reinforcement. And they're on not because we asked them to be on, they're on because they are part of this and they want to see it work and grow. So they're doing extra duty. Claudette Reddick, she's on because it's her duty now, and we thank her for that service. So with that in mind, how everybody feeling? Let's go around and get the temperature from everybody. How y'all doing?
Personally, I'm good. Mom's is much better, thanks to Dr. Michelle. And her brother came up here from Mississippi to see her. And man, we had a good time. So she's feeling much better. She's walking around now. Her hair done grew back. I mean, the whole 9 yards. That stage 4 cancer, Dr. Michelle kicked it in the butt, you know?
And Dr. Michelle is 60621 zip code, one of our own. So we thank God for people like Dr. Michelle. Excellent. Excellent.
All right.
Now, Governor, you want to tell your zip code? That'll save me when I do roll call.
I'm 606. I'm assigned to 60615. That's the basically High Park area.
Yes.
You give them your linkages, Joe, so we'll know because it's global. So,
Well, 60615 is connected to Bentonville, New Orleans, and Congo and Africa.
He got you.
excellent. All right, Governor Claudette, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, before they break out with all this noise. 60637. So proud to be a part of the Woodlawn community. And I'm looking forward to all those Milwaukeeans coming here. I've been trying for a couple of years to get them actively involved, and to think that we got a place now and a real plan with more resources behind it is important. In Zimbabwe, I'm watching all this Middle East stuff and how close they are and how they're being impacted. So my sister countries feel important to me.
Yes.
Say hey.
Yes, excellent. I appreciate it. All right, Pamela Dominguez.
It's good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing great. I feel fine. I'm thankful to be here. Thankful to be on this call. I'm the governor of 60621. I'm new in this area again. I lived here 50 years, moved out, came back. So I don't know. I'm gonna take a guess. Is it Egypt?
No, but your New York, you do text your New York counterpart.
Yes, I do have New York.
And Sudan. Right. Sudan is
yeah,
Africa.
I have a
right.
new one now. Okay. Sudan.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So I thank y'all for that, because especially new people, when they hear it, we want them to know the reach. Like, this isn't just one block. This is pretty significant. You know what I mean? So it's a big deal. Now, can someone watch and see when new people get on? Because I am expecting others to jump on. I'm gonna go ahead and get going with the agendas. But if y'all can let me know when someone else get on. Takeda Dennis, I'm hoping, from Mississippi, get on, because that's our first subject. So hopefully she'll be able to jump on. But in the meantime, let's go through the roll call. We do have out of the West Side zip codes. We don't have no one getting on from the West Side. James Shannon was getting on, but he just called me, so he's not getting on this call with us. But on 60620, we hoping we're going to get Governor Charles, young man. He's the new governor for you, Governor Pamela Antonio. He came out to last month's summit in person, so we told him it's time for him to, he was with us, went out of town trips as a teenager. It's time for him to become leadership. So he's going to be the governor for 60620 at 23 years old. He might be 27. I got to check with Charles on that, but hopefully he go jump on here. Yeah, but that's good. Then we have 60629. Governor Deborah Pryor is getting on. Her time to get on is at 3:45, so she'll be jumping on. Denise King. Denise may get on. She'll be having technical difficulties, but if not, she represents strongly all month long anyway. 60652. Brittany, she don't have to be on. I'm not sure if she's going to get on or not. We do have 60615 in the house. You heard Governor Joe. 60617 is Karen Barnes. She's not expected to be on. 60619 is Erica Dunn. We're not expecting her to get on. 60628. We definitely gonna have Governor Charles on. Roseland. 60637 is in the house. 60643. I'm gonna text Steven. Not sure if he's gonna get on, but his last name is S, so he's next month. Then we got 60649, who's on duty today. That's Rachel and Kim. So we'll see which of those two jump on here. And then Bronzeville, 60653. We really need leadership in that zip code. That's where we're at on tour next month, y'all. So anyone you got in Bronzeville, let's recommend them because we need some strength down there. We did lose Sonia Purdue. She was our person helping us significantly in 60609. Do y'all know Sonia Purdue?
I did.
Yeah. Big physical loss. She used to put money into what we do. She knew her months was April and October. She would call me. She would call and say, "I know my month coming up," and she transitioned from what I understand this month. So we go definitely never forget her. Just like we do with all our people who are ancestors, we're going to make sure that twice a year we call their name and we remember them. So Governor Claudette, she joins your mom under the PQR Ancestors banner now.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So we always go into the good news. Joe, you already hit us with your good news. Pamela, Claudette, any good news in the month of April?
Well, my personal good news, I was hospitalized for a very short period. The first week of March, I found out some things. I went there because my feet were swollen, but I found out some other things. But the good news is one of the things they had me on oxygen, but I'm no longer on it. I didn't need it. So I'm thankful for that, because that's another weight around you,
Yes.
carrying oxygen everywhere. So I'm just really thankful, and I'm moving forth with my help and just changing my diet. Some of the stuff I know I shouldn't have to be eating only because it tastes good, but it may not be that healthy for me. So that's my good news. That is my good news.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, and let me just add to I'm excited about what we're doing on this here. I thought we were gonna say what I would like to see before I leave this earth. And I just want to share, I want to see this whole plan in operation all over the United States and in Africa. This plan that Sabron has put together. That is what I would love
God.
to see happen.
Yeah. That you took Joe. That's Governor Joe. When he do his introduction, you took his.
Okay, we're on the same page. All right.
No, that's excellent. Claudette, what's the good news? You got them grandbabies. Is that the good news?
Yep, and they want to be in the picture and not be quiet and
That's
everything.
our future.
But I made it here, and that's to me such a blessing. I'm in Chicago most of the time, and I don't know what time I got left, but I want my grandchildren to know me. And as I
Amen.
move forward to create generational wealth, I
Yes.
wanted, they got to be involved. And so I'm just grateful to be here. They came, I bought new piggy banks for them, and we're talking about money. And my 5-year-old can read now. So I
All
am just
right.
too thrilled. I'm like, hey, we're going to do it, family.
All right.
And keeping up with the time here because we're 2 hours in back of you all. And I just happened to hear that little ping ping while I was listening to Push to let me know we were going to be on today. But
Okay.
Yes.
Cyron, part of my time here is I got to learn how to use this AI effectively. And one of the things I want to bring is a greater awareness of what NBCU is to people in
Yes.
creating generational wealth. So I'm
Yes.
excited. I've got the first page done and just
All right.
connecting the emails and stuff. And that's big stuff for me. So I'm
All
looking
right.
forward to moving on ahead,
Now, where
spreading the
the
Okay.
word.
grandbabies at? You had them where they at? They right by you.
Oh, they right in back of me. Yes. In the
So
window.
so this is why we do what we do is for that right there for them
Mhm.
because like they gotta have it better than we did growing up. They
Oh,
got to. We all deserve it, but they
That's
deserve to
right.
come into a better atmosphere. They got to inherit something better than what we did, y'all. So that's why
Yes.
we do
truly.
it.
Yes. Yes.
That's why we do it. Thank y'all big time. So let's do
Uh,
this.
Hey,
Uh my
Scott,
yes. Oh, go ahead, Governor.
My, my family thanked you again, and they send big kudos out because my niece, you guys, she got. Can y'all hear me?
Oh
You,
yeah, we can.
Yeah, she got the $50 for the 12th grade
oh, that was
award.
her. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that
That
12th
right.
grade award came and it was unexpected and it caught her by surprise. And she got a little emotional, but at the end of the day, the family like, oh my God, tell your organization we said thanks. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it was truly a blessing. And my granddaughter, she graduated in December, but they're gonna let her go on prom May the 9th, and then they're gonna let her walk across stage in June. So she
Okay.
graduated early. She's 16. So
Okay.
she graduated early, and she's been looking for things to do out there in Indiana. I think she's in Hammond, if I'm not mistaken.
yep,
Okay.
Yeah,
yep,
so
yep.
she's the next one to at the it's two coming out. I know for sure. My daughter is she's in Texas. So she's coming out in June as well, but she's graduating college.
Okay.
Powerful, powerful.
Congratulations.
Now that's and those are stories. That's the good news. So Joe, we're gonna actually show that, but that's if you look at the agenda, that's under education. So we gonna get to that under at the 4 o'clock. I'm gonna show the pictures of your niece and talk about that because that is so important. That's what I mean by we gotta pour into them. And they shouldn't be getting $50. That's what we did. That's what one of our leaders did. It should be 500, 1,000. You know what I mean? Like we want it to be so
Yes.
significant that they go and they know they got to name they foe too. So we go make sure when they get a blessing that the black businesses get a blessing too. So
That's right.
that's
That's
all.
right.
Right, faith, because faith without work is dead. That's just a
That's right.
fact.
Yes.
That's
Look,
exactly it.
look,
Um,
blackface works is dead.
I know that's right.
well,
All
we
right.
so I'm gonna say this, y'all. The good news on my end, I can't tell y'all this AI has put us at a whole nother stratosphere. And I'm talking to God about keeping me grounded because we must maintain some manual stuff. We can't give it
Yes,
all
you're
up to
right. You're
AI. We
right.
can't.
That's
I
right.
fought against it. We can't, but doggone it, it is a thing of beauty, y'all. We are killing the game.
Uh, I haven't
Did
tried it
you
yet. I've been resisting. I haven't tried it.
but did you see Pamela what we just did with
Yes,
you?
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Now,
Yes.
let me show y'all what I mean by this good news. Pamela, she just sent me this, and while in between 3 minutes before this call, I took the picture she just sent me. And what was your feeling when you saw that, Pamela?
It was joy, just joyful. I mean, it was just joy. That's my mother. She's deceased. She's been dead for like 32 years now. But that brought joy seeing her smile. And since it's been up there, I texted to my family group, and they've been getting, oh, lovely, lovely, thank you, thank you. So they're responding too.
And what I think this does, y'all, why this is such a good news, everyone has someone that whose shoulders they stand on. Imagine what this looks like when every black person get their patriarch or matriarch picture and say, these are the 7 daily living habits right here that we gonna
Yes,
follow because of what mama, grandmama, great grandmama, great granddaddy said. I think
yes,
that's game changing, y'all.
yes, it is. It is.
So Claudette, you gotta give me your mom's picture. You already know what we gonna do with it now.
That's what I just was going to ask Pam. Look, can we just take this and change the picture of
No,
our
you
loved
ain't
one?
gotta do it. I did it in 3 minutes. I did it. AI did it in 3 minutes.
I know it. I know it. I'm going to have to because I really, really appreciate that, Pam. That is gorgeous. And that's
Thank you.
part of what
Thank
I
you.
want to use my AI in creating generational, get some cultural patterns and traditions that, the whole family can abide by. And this is it.
Right, right. Yes.
Thank you. And hey,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Joe, glad to hear you back too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, so I ain't gonna test y'all like I did the elders yesterday, but one of these habits got the wrong color. Y'all hear me? one of these is out of alignment with the color scheme, but I ain't gonna put y'all on the spot. Pamela, you remember what it is, right?
I do. I do.
Okay, all right. Excellent. All right, so let's go to Mississippi. So, especially for those who are new, let me take this down. I want to talk about why Mississippi matters, you guys. Mississippi
Okay.
is our blackest state in America. No other state has almost 40% of the whole state, meaning that 4 out of every 10 people is black. And from the top of Mississippi all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, it's blacks everywhere. For us to have this big of an impact in the state and it be the poorest state in America, it be in the disrepair that it's in, it's not shame on Mississippi, it's shame on all black Americans not pouring into our most potent black state, not city, state. It's 82 counties. We can have black elected officials all up and down Mississippi, and we got to pour into it though. So with AI, this is what we've been able to do, y'all, on Mississippi to help bring this vision to life on why Mississippi matters. Look
Can
at
you
this right here.
can you repeat the percentage again? How many did you
Well,
say?
it's there, 38% black.
Okay.
No other state is 30. Like we got 2 other states, 30%. You know, we got South Carolina is 30%, and we got Georgia 30%.
Oh, okay.
The other ones are 29 and all that, but Mississippi is the blackest, almost 40%. We need to get 5,000 more people to move to Mississippi to get us to 40% before the next census. So it's doable. But look at this.
Okay.
This is a AI generated flyer, but what this does, this just allows us to have a conversation with our people in Mississippi. And look how small the town is. This is just 1,800 people. You know, that's 2 villages for us, you know, and this is their whole town. And so in this one town, we're saying we're going to bring a sewing factory there. Like that's the vision that they're going to literally put people to work with the sewing factory, y'all. That's some good news for Mississippi.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna show one more. Then if Takita get on, that'd be beautiful because I'm gonna put hers up because I called her. Now the problem, and I want people to hear this when they play this back. When we are in your town, your city, and we're saying sewing factory or teaching or whatever, you can easily get upset and say, "Who are y'all to come in my town and tell us what factory we're gonna have?" And so she blessed it after seeing it. She wasn't upset about it, and I really appreciated that. So she lives in Leland, Mississippi, and the factory we want there to support it is the 12th grade university factory. And she blessed that. And she got almost 5,000 people in her town. And so as you can see here, imagine when all 108, 107 other towns are getting them the list of all their 12th graders.
Man.
107 other towns getting that list of 12th graders to Leland. That's a lot of administration, y'all.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and how you doing, Claudette?
What was that, Governor?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing how all this AI can help us do all the very things we're talking about. You know,
Yes.
get to the people.
Yes,
Amen.
yes. All right. My wife just joined. Mimi, you on?
Hey, Jamaica.
Hey, Jamaica.
Hey, you
Yeah,
guys.
she's still on mute. Excellent. Okay. So now let's put the agenda back up. But I just wanted everyone to know why Mississippi matters. It's a big deal. Mississippi, very important, you guys. And nickels go to support Mississippi. Nickels. So when you see this $1, that's 20 nickels to Mississippi. 20 nickels to Mississippi. Pennies go to Africa. Nickels go to Mississippi. And so when you see that $1, that's 20 nickels. Just keep that in your spirit. Nickels to Mississippi. Any thoughts on that?
So I have a question.
Yes.
So what do we do? How do we get them to Mississippi? Can we send them to you or?
Perfect question. So Governor Joe is one of our leaders that is going to collect from the blue buckets. We have 500 professionally made donation buckets. We haven't deployed them in 12 years. We got them in 2012. This is 20. So 14 years we've been holding on to these buckets. because it's money and we can't play with money. So when we deploy the buckets inside all of our black businesses in all 20 zip codes, we must have the capacity so Joe can literally ride around and collect the money every day or every 3 days or whatever. And in that change collection, the nickels are going to be sorted, counted, and that's what goes to Mississippi.
So until the buckets, we can't give anything, or it's
Yeah.
just going to come out of the
Yeah,
zip
no,
code.
so that's a perfect question. So we do, and we had last month a sixth grader got $20. So here's how we administratively do that. We got Lily Williams, we got Takita, Yakima, we got people there who's already donating to us as a headquarters. And so it's just our way of being able to show how money is coming back to
Okay.
their state. So we kind of balanced it that way. We might have gotten $10 from them collectively. The girl got $20. We can live
Okay.
with that. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
yeah, the goal is that whenever people sow seeds in, it stays in the
Okay.
zip code as much as
Okay.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Hey,
the last thing on Mississippi, y'all, all 18-year-olds nationwide are the ones we want to put that responsibility of pushing and promoting the 20 nickels to Mississippi concept. It's part of our rites of passage. So at 18, your mission until you're 19 is to help Mississippi get money. And if they're getting money, it's going to help pay for Mississippi to travel via Amtrak, Greyhound to Chicago for the summit or to Gary for the conventions. So nickels, 18-year-olds travel to the convention and summit. That's the future that's going to get them vibrancy, where it's coming and going. What do y'all think about that?
yeah, they have a mission now. You know, they have something to do. They have a purpose, and but without knowing how big it is, how you know what I mean, how worldwide it is, you know. And once they do find out, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, they're gonna be glad that they put in an early stage of their life. Uh, I honestly want to say to you guys about Mississippi. My mother is from Mississippi,
Okay.
and her mother had 13 children.
Okay.
Everybody had a child.
Okay.
So they spread it Jackson, Terry, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. But
Okay.
I can't wait for them to honestly get off into this and find out what's really going on. Because they do have periodical questions, like every now and then. There's like, well, what you know about Mississippi? Well, I don't know as much as you because you're there. But at the end of the day, I know our system, you know. So
Yeah.
they'll be learning soon.
Yeah, yeah. And how about this, you guys? Because think about what Joe just said. All the team takeovers, and we'll get to that when we get to the youth section. Imagine soon as they turn 17, they're being prepared for as soon as they hit 18, getting into this rites of passage where they're going to be all things Mississippi, all things making sure they traveling, getting people to travel here, Mississippi, back and forth, like really adding value to our relationship with the blackest state in the union. So
And I,
that's exciting to me.
and I just want to say, yesterday was the first time I heard of Terry, Mississippi, and now Joe is saying that's where his mother's from.
That's what we was talking about yesterday on the call.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
right? Right. I had never heard of Terry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see that's the beauty of this process. We're going to be learning, and to me, Mississippi is the port of entry from an Africa standpoint because it's so similar to the continent. So when they come
Okay.
in, they go through Mississippi, the blackest state, get kind of indoctrinated before then being redeployed to whatever, to you, Pamela, the people from Sudan, you, Claudette, the people from Zimbabwe, Joe, you, the people from Congo. They first come through the port of entry in Mississippi and get blessed with our way of operating, so they don't be like the migrants that's looking down on black people. They come in
Right.
differently.
Right. Good point.
so,
Good point.
so yeah. All right,
Good
so let's
point.
take this
Yeah,
one down.
it
But
almost
Mississippi is
sound like
very
the
important.
it
Huh?
almost sound like the president is coming to town.
Hey.
The point of entry and stuff like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Set up a
Yes.
month in advance.
All right.
Excellent, excellent. So now, if y'all look at, let me put the agenda back up so y'all can see it. So, we want to switch over and go on with the unfortunate news, which is safety, y'all. I'm gonna read to y'all some of the stuff here. So, April 17th, quadruple shooting, 3 killed. That was on 4000 West on Maypole. That was our barbershop, got your barbershop guy. Um, one of them was a female shot in the head and killed. So 4 was shot, 1 died in right outside the barbershop. 21-year-old man on 62nd in Michigan. He was shot to death in his car at noon. So it was everybody outside. 44-year-old man shot to death sitting in his car, 1600 block of East on 95th Street at 10:50 a.m. Illinois trooper kills a man on District Leader Claudette Hayes, DJ Claus block 65th and Champlain. Let me give y'all some Miami. Miami, we had triple shooting near Evans School, 2100 block on Northwest 75th Street to our Miami people. An Airbnb got shot up East Lincoln and Adams Street in Birmingham, Alabama, 6 in the morning. All black people there. Triple shooting, 3 people shot to death in Birmingham on Avenue K. That's in the Inslee neighborhood. Let's go to St. Louis. 5 people shot over all over St. Louis in one day. All right. So to all our audience members that is going to watch this or might be watching it on Facebook, this is why we exist. This violence has been normalized and it's unacceptable. And we are
Yes.
never accepted. And our philosophy is that the lifestyle has to change. HSN stands for habits, schedule, and network. When we help our people learn an additional set of habits, i.e., 7 daily living habits, that's a part of lifestyle change. When we have people know about duty day, when it's their last name turn to serve, that's going to affect their time schedule. And then the last one is the network. When we link you with the retirees or the adults that is in the profession you want to be in, or we link you with your governor, your zip code, that's building your network of positive, constructive movers and shakers. What do y'all say about that when we talk about all this killing that we can change the lifestyle with the habit, schedule, and network? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, most people say it's truly impossible from living it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, being on the streets on the daily, and at the end of the day, they honestly don't have no, you know what I mean, no respect for, you know what I mean, or I can't, not respect, but no, you know, like not believing that it can come true. Like, you know what I mean? They say it's too vast, it's too much, it's, you know what I mean, it's been around too long. So to say something like this out your mouth is like, yeah, okay, you know, you just dreaming.
Right. Now that's real. Some people, yeah, right.
Well,
Anybody else got any thoughts
yeah,
on
I
that?
think it's doable. And I think some of us, many of us, we have to just push aside from the fear. Because Sabrad, I saw you when you posted that on live and you were very emotional. And I felt that when you were reporting about these shootings and killings. And I know it touches a lot of people. And I know a lot of people want to do something about, they just don't know what to do and how to do it. So hopefully by using this habit schedule and networks, that might be a key to solving this problem and helping to solve the problem.
Watch this, y'all, and then you get to you, Claudette. Watch this. Every person, whether it's the shooter or the driver of the car, whatever the case is, they got all 3 of these. Number one, they got habits. Whether it's
They
sleep
sure
all
do.
day, come out at night, whether it's they got habits, y'all.
That's
This
right.
ain't nothing new. They got
That's
habits.
right. Right.
They got habits. Then schedule. To be over there shooting, you got time. You made
That's
time. So
right.
you got
That's
time.
right.
You got time. So you got habits, you got time. And
Right.
every last one of them, unless you're a loner, you got a network of people.
That's right. That's protecting you, covering for you, providing for you. Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
what we're saying, the beauty with us, and this is why the naysayers, I wouldn't worry about that too much. They surrounded y'all by the zip code. So they ain't
Yes.
going nowhere. They inside the zip code no matter where they go in America. And it's just a matter of when, not if we gonna be
Right.
able to engage you on one of them 3. We ain't gotta get you on all 3. We might get you on just your grandmama Friday. That habit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying,
That's
Joe?
right.
That just that
That's
habit.
right.
We ain't gotta get you on all 7. We get you on one. Because once we get you on one, guess what's gonna keep happening? You go create an atmosphere where you go keep getting fed this other way of operating, you know. So I
I
think that's the
agree.
key. to the naysayers, even if it's scheduled. Hey, we got this free gas shooter, but you got to come on Wednesday to this black gas station on
That's right.
159th and Kedzie. You know what I mean? Like hostage.
That's
So
right.
it's too many avenues for us that I ain't even worried about the naysayers because they love their grandmama, they love their granddaddy, and
Right.
that's wide open to us. What do y'all think
Yes.
from
Right.
that angle?
That's
Well, hey,
good.
side, you could contest this. The day I started with we call her Maria, my mom's mom. The day I started Friday, the Friday piece with her. At the end of the day, I honestly never knew all of my aunties and uncles. I communicated with about 4 of them. But after Madia started throwing it in their face, everybody's like, I gotta talk to this young man. I gotta talk to him. So I communicate with more of my aunties and uncles because of the Friday living habit.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That one
Amen.
habit is structure, y'all. That if nothing else, it gives people something predictable because the habit's
Mhm.
coming whether you did or not. The habit's
That's
Yeah.
right.
coming. The 7 days coming, even when we gone, it's coming. And so
Amen.
that's a big part, y'all. So I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
Claudette, I took away your time. What any thoughts on that shooting and killing and HSN?
Yeah, there are a lot of thoughts on it, but the reality is what can be done about it. And for me, I'm looking at this money that's being allocated for summer youth programs. And if somehow we could identify those people, because a lot of them are shady, they just exist in name, and the kids go there and nothing's happening. If we could take just a couple of our programs, the safety and youth program,
Yeah,
economic day,
yeah,
to those people so they
yeah,
have some structure for the day because they don't have a daily
yeah,
plan for the kids other than marking them in and paying them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
let's
Thank you
do
for that.
something.
Thank you.
We're pushing for the ability
Yes.
for them to vote. This
Yeah.
House Bill 3039 or something like that. It's almost through. We're at 18. You have the right to vote along with your diploma. So you also have a responsibility. And I'm just saying, if we could just enact a couple of these days,
Yes.
we would be
Yes.
doing real good.
Yes. That.
And
Thank
I
you for
think,
that. That's a very important angle. Very important. Joe, you know about the brown shirts back in the day. That was Pat Quinn, governor, 2010. He paid them to go out and pass out flyers, say, "Be nice, don't shoot." And we shook our head, and it bothered our spirit because that was millions and millions of dollars, and all of our children who's right next to those children, when our children introduce themselves, they telling you they name, they zip code, and what they're gonna be, and their African country. And they said it looking you in the eyes and with their chest out because we drilled them on that. Whenever you see an adult and you do your introduction, your name, zip code, not your address, and what you're gonna be, not wanna be, and what African country you connected with. And we looking at the brown shirts with all this funding they was getting, and they won't even look you in the eye. They looking down. It's like, man, no one's pouring into them. Stick your chest out. Let's go. Look, this is
That's
your
right.
country. This is your. And we just pulled our hair out because they getting paid and not being cultured. They're gonna take that money and give it to the non-black owned businesses in their neighborhood and don't even know the black owned businesses. We just pulled our hair out because it's like this is like crazy. They get the money and don't have structure. so so yeah, so that's that. All
That's a
right.
fact.
So now, so that's the violence piece. If we switch over to the entertainment conspiracy, this is important for us to talk about. This falls actually in alignment with our team 2, which is our protest team, because it's a lot of profit, y'all, on Black death, Black degeneracy, Black hopelessness. So I want to put this one up here, y'all, so y'all can see this,
It's all
and of
right.
course get y'all thoughts on this. It's so many people that's making good money on us going around in circles and killing each other. All right. Here it comes right now. Look at this, y'all. So the conspiracy is that there are people who profit on Black people being where they are. This document says hip hop was changed. It didn't change on its own. It was
Right.
changed
Right.
And so it forced us to change too. It caused us to change. So in the 90s, in the late 80s, conscious rap. You had KRS-One rapping about Hebrew Israelites and teaching us who we are. And the evil ones who've exploited the world definitely said, no, we can't have that. Let's support gangster rap. So if y'all remember, NWA started with Interscope Records, with the guy who got into it with Ice Cube at first, and then Easy finally saw he was robbing them too. Don't say their name, y'all, because we don't want YouTube to take this down. But the point is, they started the gangster rap West
Yeah.
Coast, while the East Coast was pushing conscious rap and talking about the oppressors, and that took us in a spiral, y'all. Because now you as a man, especially a black man, you got to be gangster, you got to be tough. You know what I mean? So that hurt us.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that took us in this spiral of machoism. Like we already, especially black men, macho already. But now I gotta show you. I gotta make sure you know. And I always say Chicago, LA, and New York had to be gangster to a certain extent. But you got little small towns that didn't have no reason trying to be gangster, especially in the South. It was Southern hospitality, and this music allowed them to emulate what get Chicago, New York, and LA was living. What do y'all
Like
think
Little
about
Rock.
that?
Yeah, like Little Rock.
Well,
Mhm.
well, as a fan of hip hop and at the end of the day, rap music, breakdance, and et cetera, what had happened was they came up with a concept, a system, a piece that was so cold blooded, basically, to where
Mhm.
they can change all black lives. Those people saw that and said, wow, these people will be connected all over the world if this thing keeps up.
Yeah,
They will have money beyond they dreams if this thing keeps up. This
yeah,
thing has changed if you look at the commercials back in the days, we didn't have no white folks trying to rap and do commercials with a beat, with a rhythm. It changed everything. So they had to find a way to throw the monkey wrench in there. I
yes,
just wanted to add that. I just wanted to
yes,
add that.
yes. Nah, that's real. Anybody else? All right. Then you go from gangster rap, and I would say this: we also had trap music come in right before that, after that gangster
Yeah,
rap, the trap music, and the trap music to me was when they took pimping to the South. Our South was about black men respecting the ladies, making sure that they was protected, and then here come pimp, here come I'm finna make you put a collar around your neck and treat you like a BT, TCIH
Right.
and all that. And
yeah,
then it went from the pimp culture, and Tupac was a little responsible with this with Thug Life, but he admitted that Thug Life don't mean I'm gonna rob you. Well, that's what it mean with the next one, drill music.
And that's
The
right.
drill music was Chicago kicked it off when they tore down the projects. That was a big part of this just in your face disrespect, like and on viral. I'm gonna kill you and smoke your remains. I'm gonna urinate on your tombstone. I'm gonna shoot you in front of your mama. I'm gonna shoot your mama. That's a whole
Mhm.
nother arena. Any thoughts
yeah,
on that arena?
Terrible.
yeah, yeah. Like I say, I was right down the street from that music. What you talking about? O Block.
Yep.
And
Yep.
at the end of the day, the young lady that's connected to me, she went and literally urinated on one of the people's graves. Her
Mhm.
auntie that I know saw that and said, "Oh no, you So the old school raised and never saw this. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day,
Yep.
they pushed it because you can change what's getting put out there. But if I heard drill personally, heard drill music for the first time, and I was the one that put it out, I would say no, that's too violent. That's going to cause the babies to be violent. X, Y, and Z. But you need that to dumb down what rap truly started from. You
Yep.
know, and Tupac said one thing. He said the word nigga. He changed it. It's not what y'all think. It's never ignorant. Getting goals accomplished.
Well, that makes sense, but it's still a nigga, and I ain't gonna never put no
Right, right,
positive
right.
spin on it.
But,
I
but
knew, look, I knew old school. Pat, I knew Pat, you was gonna check that. Like, I ain't
That's
letting you off
right.
the hook with that
yeah,
one.
but
That's
but
right.
what I'm saying is they wanted everything dumbed down and
Right,
ignorant. But
right, right.
the way Tupac did his thing, he was trying to make sure that you saw the good still in it before it got to trill music,
Yeah,
drill music. Yeah.
But see, that's a good point he was trying. But see, the word was come. It had nothing to do with none of these raps. It's the whole legacy of the word. See, it
Oh
ain't
yeah.
yeah,
about how you know.
right.
So that's my feel on it. And
Yeah,
yeah,
no, no, that's real. No, that's real.
Yeah, but
And
anything
not
they
only that, but if I
any
like the word means something different for everyone, but whoever is controlling things get the smile because while we
there you
debating
go.
it, they still
that's
getting
right.
paid.
That's right.
There you
That
go.
is so
There
right.
you go. But
And
well, I
that's
mean,
right.
and what we do as blacks, if they threw us chitlins, all of remains off the quote unquote good food, they threw us the rest. What did we do to it? We
We made it
changed it
good.
into something. Come on, that's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
yeah, we made it good.
It,
Yeah, but that word ain't gonna never have a good thing for me ever,
Me
nah, I
either,
mean,
Pam.
ever.
No, and that BIT one either.
Yes, me either. None
And
of
the
that.
MF. I don't think they
Yeah,
even
none
went
of
to
that
school. The
profanity.
three words now to predominate the young people's conversation: the MF, the BIT,
And the F
and
word. And the
yeah.
F
yeah. I'm
word.
like, my
So that
gosh.
those habits need to get placed right now. Yeah, those new habits need to be in place.
That's
I,
right.
I,
Say
I was
that.
so
So,
Say
excited
that.
when we started with the videos and black people were in it and all the words were just so conscientious and everything.
Hmm.
And now it's so shocking and degrading that I can't even listen to them. I'm like,
Me too. I'm
and
no,
that's
telling you.
all I'm
forget
saying.
it.
They changed it because we was doing too
Too
good. We
good.
was
Huh?
Yeah,
doing
right.
so
I agree
well with
with that.
this
Yeah,
I
we were
agree
being
with that.
encouraged and powerful and
I
all that
agree
with
with
our
that.
music.
Yes.
And
I agree with
now,
fight
that.
the power, fight the power. Oh man, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. You're right.
yeah.
I agree with that. And that's been their plan all the time. They change the rules, change the script, whatever. If we're doing good, oh no, we're gonna something gotta give. And
yeah.
this
There you
and
go.
this has worked, and this has worked because music is one of the strongest influences there is,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, no doubt,
And
yeah, no
and you
doubt.
know, you hear it, it's just a repetitious beat, especially with a lot of that rap was the formula. Duh, 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 so it gets in your subconscious and it's there.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Now, and watch this. So if that was bad enough, smoking on your grave, urinating on your grave, smoking the dead ops, then the most destructive is our women. So
women,
when you
yes.
bring the women in, that's a man's soft spot. That's his weakness. He'll die for his pride when it comes to being dissed in front of his woman. So now you bring in the women and you corrupt them and make them ratchet and make
Right.
them not care about their bodies and make them
That's
show
right.
everything. And then we already got the highest, men to women ratio. We always got the most unwed. Then you put on top of this I drink your special stuff. It's like
Mhm.
they knew what they were doing with when looping in the women. And if you're a man talking about a woman now, they question your manhood. So they got
Right.
us in a pickle with this last one. What do y'all think about that last one?
facts, all facts. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. We gotta
Because
wake up
once
and
you
fly right. Go
once you
ahead.
get the young men in the system, in the jail system, at the end of the day, and you got the women left out here, they want to emulate the boys that was went in before them. So now they're doing the dumb things that they used to do. Now it's an ongoing cycle. Now they have to get locked up and go through the same thing. So now you keep that reproductive system down.
Yes.
You just,
Yep.
and that's their main thing. They say population control.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So we gotta talk about it's called Clear the Airways Project led by Quabena. He's gonna be getting on at 4 o'clock sometime.
Oh
But he
wow.
been leading this effort, Quabena Pratt. last name PQR. He gonna give us an update. But the Clear the Airways project is about contacting the FCC and putting in a complaint, and how
You need
they're
to get in
playing this
touch with
music.
him.
He getting
I
on,
mean,
yeah,
okay, because but we talk about it even at church, and I'm really kind of disappointed in our churches that they have not made a stand about this profanity all
right,
over.
right. Now,
What?
now,
What?
And you know
what do
what?
y'all think about this though? Oh, go
I
ahead,
think
Pam.
I just wanted to say, do you all know Ali Sadak, the comedian
Sadiq?
Sadiq on Facebook? He's really good. I stopped listening because he curses too much now, but I saw he has gone into the prison and talked to the prisoners about the music, the actions, the stuff. Maybe we need to get in touch with him to why he's doing that to incorporate these 7 daily habits. Because he talked about he had been in prison at 19. He said, but he was out there doing crazy stuff. He said, but when he was 10 or 12, his uncle told me he was going to the penitentiary. He said he had never done anything wrong at that time. So now you got a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then the environment is what his mother told him, when you get 18, you're gonna have to get out of here. And he's thinking, I don't have a job. What am I gonna do? So he starts hustling. He didn't think about, hey, you're supposed to be going to college. All the
Yeah,
other plans that he had. And so he got swooped up into, because I'm gonna be on the street, I gotta have a living. I don't have no job. I guess I'll hustle. And too often that's what happens. Things people say to you, then your environment and all of those things play. And it's all built in the music. All of that just is just wrapped up in one.
Yeah, we
yes,
had a one of the young guys was with us. We used to ask him certain things, and he said he didn't want to do it. It was just his big brother. You
Okay,
know what I
see,
mean?
yeah.
His big
Mhm.
brother was his influence, and he was, I guess, trying to please him or whatever. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if you got the wrong influence in your life, that's how it goes.
Mhm.
And especially you don't have nothing to back yourself up. So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
so and the sad thing with our women, like, it's bad enough men might not respect women the way they should, but when you don't respect yourself, now you just went zero under. Like now it's like, man, I do the most scandalous stuff to you because I see you don't even respect yourself.
That's
So
right.
that women one,
Exactly.
that is real dent. These the mothers, the nurturers of the next generation. And if they at the rock bottom with ratchetness, what the heck we expect from the children, the offspring?
Right. And it's been going on long before the ratchetness. All these other things have influenced them to that position. Because I'm thinking about, when did you say they was what era was that when they were carrying the dogs? They had the dogs and they had women on the collar like a dog.
Pimp,
The
yeah,
guys
with the
the
pimp,
guys
yeah,
the guy would be fully dressed, the woman half naked. He got
yeah.
on a long fur. What music was that era?
Yeah, in the 90s, you had Snoop
Okay, so
them,
they've been
yeah.
doing that. See, they've been doing that to our women for a long time. You call yourself a V, I'm gonna treat you like get on this leash.
But at
I'm not
least you
mad.
didn't have the
I'm not
woman saying it. Like now you got women like Sexy Red say gonorrhea lipstick and you can buy it in stores.
yes,
So
yes,
that's what I'm talking about. What race of people go say, take this STD, STI and put it on your lips? Like what is that?
this craziness,
Yeah.
insanity.
So
Yeah. You
so
only
yeah.
do better when you know better.
where the Clear the
Prayerfully,
Airways project go allow us to really push that. So he's going to come on. We wrote the script so you can know what to tell the FCC when you call them, because
okay.
these same corporate people, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they will sponsor Sexy Red. So they're saying we
Mm,
put our name on that, then they get mad with a certain rapper if he talking about he's a real Jew. So we gotta make sure that in this case that these companies who's sponsoring these people pushing this, we hold them accountable. We not finna support you.
right.
All
I
right,
hope
let's
that
take
happens.
this one down. All right, we got some new people on who just joined us.
Prior did.
Governor Pryor, what's up,
You hear me?
Governor?
I want to add to that. When she's
Yes.
saying going back to how they started wearing the dog collars and women were so degraded by Queen Latifah stood out from the crowd of rappers. She would not
Okay,
Yep.
buy that. She never participated in that, and she was
that's
a
Yep.
right.
Queen Latifah was big time in the no, no,
Yep.
no. You guys,
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
right.
yes,
Yep.
But in the beginning, with the thing, her first name was Queen. So when you're
Hmm.
representing something, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got to show up. You can't just say I'm a queen and you represent with half your clothes on. You know what I mean?
That's
And I
right. That's
respect
right.
her for that. You know, it was a lot of sisters back in the day, you know, that kept it together. And still to this day, even MC Light, you know, I just saw
Mhm.
her in a movie, a regular movie. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
okay. But yeah, yeah.
yeah. No,
Sister
that's
Soldier. Mhm.
yeah, that's real. And we just got to remember, California is our most dangerous state for Black people, and I love to debate that. Y'all got any thoughts on it? And it's because Northern California is what controls all the technology, algorithms, social media, all that stuff. They got video games. You can shoot the Black man head off, and the blood
Mm.
splatter. They can ride in car. That's North Hollywood. That's North California. Then in South California is all the entertainment, the music, the videos, all that stuff. So one control the algorithm, the next one control all the people we call stars and all the things that they can market and then sell to Black people because they the ones saying it's good. What do y'all think about California being detrimental to us?
Mm.
Well, having recently
Mhm.
visited and seeing rows and streets of homeless people, I'm like, hey, we got to have some kind of change. I don't know what it's going to take, but the numbers, because of dollars, are growing in terms of people just literally out on the street. And it just, and they got their kids with them too. It's not just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
men anymore, or maybe a
yeah,
Mhm.
single woman. There are
yeah,
families out there.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like,
Understandable.
So
geez.
much.
And
So
and
much.
and and watch this, Governor. This is why what I'm saying is crucial. When Black people, our future economy is information, travel, real estate, ITR, information, travel, real estate. Think about what this means when our people that's homeless out there, not the women right now or the children, but the men, when they got a truck driver's lifestyle. What do truck drivers do? They go all over. They on the road. You can got show truck stops where you can wash up at. You know what I mean? You can get your meals and all that. What happens when we have our homeless guys in a truck driver's lifestyle? And when you're moving around and you got a 3-day assignment, you got places to stay. You know
All
what I mean?
again. Repeat what you said.
Your volume.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Now,
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 yeah.
go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Go
See,
back to
yeah, I
what you
tried to
said.
cut the phone off so when people call me, it wouldn't stop it. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
okay.
But imagine that truck driver's lifestyle where they moving around and like most shelters make them get out at 6 in the morning. So what happens from 6 in the morning? They going 4 hours to Detroit. They get there at 10. They clean the alley up. They get $20, $30. Then they 4 hours coming back. When they get back home, they go back in the shelter. We just took up 4 hours in travel there and back. That's 8 hours. They did 2 hours of work, so that's a 10-hour day. They feel meaningful, purposeful. They did something. They gonna help Detroit want to get their 1,000 people to do the dollar to us because they see us adding value there. And what happens when that's all over? St. Louis, Detroit, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Detroit. Think about what that means to have our brothers feeling purposeful. Now they can put some money over there to baby mama, wife to help pay the bills, make sure that they out of the shelter. What do y'all think about that?
Well, it worked for us. I mean, when we was in the early part of going back and forth to um, Detroit and all of the small places, it worked for us because a lot of us, we have never just popped up and traveled all over the place. And to go to New York and be standing in front of this and be by where the water was with the big giant boats and man, you know, we all the way out of town. We don't have to worry about, you know, like what we used to if we walking down the street got beef. You know, that changed
Right.
the whole dynamic of everything. You know, your mental, it changed everything about you because now you're a different person because you've seen more. You know what I mean? So it if it worked for somebody that has somewhere to go, you know what I mean, just imagine what it'd do for somebody who's, you know what I mean,
Homeless.
homeless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It gives
I
them
thank
purpose.
you for that.
It gives them purpose, right?
Thank you.
Oh,
Cause
oh
see,
yeah.
that's the argument right there, Governor Deborah. If we gave all the homeless people housing, does that fix our problem?
No,
No.
That's the projects. Everybody got housing, but they ain't got no purpose, no job. What you
Right.
sitting around doing what all day?
it's like the fishing, giving them fish or teaching them how to fish.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because homelessness isn't just a roof over your head. It's feeling a part of something. It's feeling purpose, destiny. Someone is expecting you. You know what I mean? You just ain't a bump on the log. You know what I mean? You going somewhere, and it's too much public works that need to be done. Graffiti removal, cleaning the alley. You know what I mean? Like someone coming all the way from Chicago to Detroit to clean our alley. Yeah, because we giving our people something purposeful to do. So yeah, so all right. Missing women, domestic violence, really hurting our women. It's a lot of conversation going on about um the sister that we know dearly who was killed by her son, and he took his life too. And her husband and his father was a part of what we do. He donated significantly to us over the years, and so that coupled with the Louisiana, 8 people killed by the father. It's a lot of conversation. The politician killed his wife and children on the East Coast. So a lot of conversation about Black women feeling like they gotta protect themselves even from Black men. I'm troubled by that. What do y'all think about that?
It's
Well,
troubling.
yeah, if you have a young man that honestly, the first thing usually happen is the dad gone. They make sure that they've been doing that since forever. Take the dad out, then the household basically kind of falls. But if you have a mom that wasn't there, then you finally get a young lady that's finally there, and you're looking for something to cling on to. You understand what I'm saying? Because you haven't went to school or whatever you haven't done, you clinging on to this particular person, and then she decided to leave. So now, oh man, yeah, we had an incident like that in the family, and uh, I mean, it happened similar to that. I'm not going to talk about it because a little emotional. But at the end
Yeah,
of the day, this particular guy clinged on so hard to her because he didn't have nobody in his life. And
right.
when she showed interest and showed care, what I mean, and then later decided to leave, he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it's a real thing. That's a real thing, sir.
But you
And
know,
that's
Joe, they,
what
they say that there's signs before, even with that young man looking at him. Some say just looking at him, but they said that there were signs. Even his family said there were signs of issues way before he took their lives.
mm,
It
I can
always
believe.
is. It
Yeah, I
you
can
always
know,
believe.
is.
Yeah,
and
it's always a
saying that,
build up.
right. And two things, the man, and I'm saying with domestic violence, I worked in that several years, and they talk about that's the most dangerous time for a woman when she decides to leave, you
Big
know.
time.
And
Big
it's
time.
as you got different type of abusers. Some will beat you up and go on about their way. You got those that hold on to that forever, pit bulls. But even like he said about we're not our people are not whole. They haven't fulfilled
Yes.
themselves, so they're looking to other
Yes.
people to fulfill that.
Mm,
And
Yes.
so, and then
mm.
when that breaks down,
Yes.
or they had a bad life, because I thought about the young man, Tyron, when you showed the picture. Sometimes just having a favorite child over another causes
Yes.
Oh
serious
yeah, yeah,
problems
yeah.
in
Yes.
families. So it's a complicated situation. It really is.
But
Yeah, you
let's
meant.
go with what we know is not complicated.
Mhm.
Let's go with what
Okay.
we know is easy. We gotta love. We gotta love more.
Yes.
Like when you give of yourself, that's love. So people who don't know, giving of yourself, your time, money, affection, that's love. We gotta saturate all of our zip codes where everywhere they turn is love all over the place. That alone is like alkaline in your system that fights cancer automatically. We gotta make sure our zip code, everywhere you turn, young people winning awards. Everywhere you turn, Mississippi getting this nickels and money so they can travel. They mad they can't pay rent, but I get this free trip to Chicago. Like we gotta everywhere they turn, love. Friday the seniors feeling love. You cut my grass for free. Yep, don't worry about no money. Saturday the youth feeling love. I'm trying. Love is gonna allow us to create a whole new atmosphere. What do y'all think?
Love and healing themselves. Love and self-love. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's which are two different things, the self-love and love. Yes, but I believe that is a big component.
So watch this though, Pamela. The self love is B. because they got to come up here from Mississippi broken and get with you who goes show them how to self-love. Because they ain't gonna
Right.
self-love on their own. They don't know what love is. They know
Right.
love is
That's
beating
right.
them. So
Exactly.
being
Exactly.
in an environment, in a network of people who go not try to take advantage of you.
Okay. I
Yeah.
receive that. I receive that. Hmm.
Let me offer an example of, just a simple thing. Where my son lives at, there are some children in the place, but you never see them out. And every day I've been taking the grandkids out, and there's area for them to run and play. And suddenly the mothers have started talking to me. And now there are a few more children out there,
Mm,
and I'm like, just little stuff people can make a
Right.
difference.
Right.
These most of the mothers are out here from other places, so they don't have their families to, support them.
Support them.
But
Yeah.
they just look at me and my age and they come over and start talking. I was like,
wow.
okay, baby.
Big-
And I got time
Wow.
for them because I
That's
want
right.
them to be good mothers. And, you got these children you're raising. You can't keep dressing like a hoe and expecting, respect from your children. You got to
That's right.
show them. Yeah.
Right.
So
That's right.
just little stuff.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that's important. The little stuff add up to big stuff because, like you say, it's
Yes.
science with that domestic violence. It's little stuff you
Hmm.
let go, the little bitty things, and that compounds to the big stuff. Then you say they snap, but they ain't snap. It was building.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the FBI says 37% of all their cases are missing Black women.
Mm.
Um,
Well, who
y'all are
cares? That's
y'all
why I
are
say
Right.
we got to
Right.
unprotected.
care for each other because there's nobody protecting us. There's no law. Our men are not doing it, and our sons, we're raising them, so they're not even protecting us. So
Right.
I just think we women, and we got to get together more and just hold steady with those core values.
Right.
Now,
We
what
belong
about this
together.
though? What about this, Governor? Because here's where this is where I'm trouble with that narrative right here. So always, God said, "Lay your trust not in man." That's both woman
Yes.
and man. So that's
That's
number
right.
one. So people go always
Yeah,
think
but he my
now
husband. He my man, and I
he can
expect
be
him to
broken.
be providing for me. Yeah.
He can be broken. So I believe, and y'all shoot holes through this, but I believe the key though, again, structure first. Like I can't just go with a water hose to start watering stuff. I gotta have the container so that the water can take hold and build up, right? We out
Hmm.
here watering everything when we gotta have structure. We gotta have some walls built. And for us, the zip code is the walls. But when people don't know nobody in their zip code, don't want to know anybody, that means you're vulnerable when you're in that zip code. Because
Right.
there's like anything, there's a perimeter. Who on the northeast, the northwest, southeast, southwest that give a damn? And if they
Right.
give a damn now, when I got three other options if I'm in a jam. And so with
Right.
that, I think our women need to have that force field in their zip code. Let's say the Godfather on the northeast, the northwest, the southeast, the southwest, who ain't gonna try and sleep with them. Who, if they in the jam, they
We're
tire
gonna be
flat
there.
that they can call. You get
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And so that's structural and not Black women saying we got to be together. Now we create more division. There's good men in every zip code. There's quality God fearing men in every zip code. And unfortunately, we too many of us not out trying to build a zip code, so we don't get to know the Michael Jordans that's right there that we're not putting in the game. What
And
do you
look,
think about
Thank
that,
Shy,
you.
Father?
Thank you,
look,
Shy, for
look.
leading me in a
I
different direction. Appreciate
look.
it.
I've been around a little while, right? I'm not that old, but um, when the thing with the let me be politically correct with the all the alphabet community with
Yep.
the
Yep.
men when that thing popped off.
Yep.
I personally noticed that women started missing and being abducted more. I don't know if this is true, but I've noticed like when I was a little younger, they wasn't getting. And why are they missing? You understand what I'm saying? And these guys are wanting to have babies now, and you know what I mean. Like I'm trying to find that connection with this because you have a lot of women that's missing. I have 22 grandchildren and four daughters. And at the end of the day, I am nervous every day. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, what is it? It can't be just rape. This is what I'm saying. It can't be just rape. it
And see,
has to be something else bigger
It's
than what we
organs.
know.
You know what it is. We talk about it. It's the organs. It's the stem cells. It's our
Come
bodies
this
are
on.
is it.
valuable. Our body. Our
Exactly.
yeah. It's,
I was going to ask, was that going to be discussed with, when we talk about the women and violence? Because they're being trafficked for the things you named, Samurai, and also for their bodies. They're being shipped to other countries.
yes.
Mm.
And,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
sex slaves. So,
Yep.
and like you said, if we don't have protectors in our community to protect us, I have a 19-year-old granddaughter. She works at Lowe's on 83rd over there, 83rd and Gibbons. Not Gibbons, whatever that street is over there. But anyway, she told me the other day she was gonna go to Planet Fitness when she gets off. I said, "What time you getting off?" She said, 11:30. I said, "No, you're not." Well, it's just right across. I said, "It only takes a second for one of them creeps to grab you. It's dark. There's no police out there, no security around. Don't put yourself in danger's way." And like you
Yep.
said, Jay, you can't. You gotta pray for your children. You gotta pray for their safety because it is scary out there. And she's 19. She ain't thinking about that. Now, I know she
Right.
sees the news. She hears about it. But they
Right.
always think it ain't going to happen to me. But
Right.
you're in a
Exactly.
vulnerable place where there's nobody out there. No, you're not going to do that. I said,
Now.
come
Now.
on,
Now. Now. Let's check on leadership. Let's check on leadership. Who should be out there, Pamela? What last name people this month?
PQR.
That's
Yeah.
it. When we get our people lined up the right way, it's gonna be patrols in all our zip codes, and they ain't burnt out because they ain't got to serve for 6 months after that. We will get to that time when people literally gonna be loitering constructively in places where our people transit in and out, and they will be
I
queued
like
in
that.
together. That's coming.
Loitering constructively. I like that.
Right. Because, Caps used to have that. What was the name of that group the Caps had? Because the woman, she had a place on 69th, just west of Morgan. I cannot think of her name. Beat Patrol. They had beat
Yep.
patrols in every district, and they were citizens that went out and walked, men and women. And one of the reasons they stopped because it ended up being more women than men, and they felt, hey, we need these men out here with us.
Well,
So
that's one of the reasons. But you know the problem with that?
what?
That wasn't a black structure or a black system. That was dependent on government, and we gotta do
Right.
for self. I think God is telling us we got the power, we got things right in our toolkit. We got to do it, and it got to be us loving each other enough to do it. If the
Right.
police got to do it, that's not doing for self. If grants
Mhm.
got to do it, that's not doing. We got what we need right now, y'all.
And I don't know what happened to us. I've had this argument over the years. What's the church doing? I say it's the people in the church. The church is nothing in and of itself. The church used to be a safe haven. The church used to have Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and activities for the children. Their doors are not as open as much as they used to be. So, like you said, we got to get people to love each other. I ain't doing nothing for these kids coming here and beat us up. Yeah,
Well,
we got
I know they point, but we got to reinforce them. So,
right.
and let me say this: Dr. Philip Jackson, rest in peace. He had the
Mhm.
midnight Deborahs, and I remember being out there at midnight with him, and I felt good about it because again, and there was more ladies than guys, but the fact that we out here at midnight, y'all, in the summertime.
Mhm.
Y'all
Mhm.
remember that?
Yes, I do.
All
Mhm.
right, let's get on to the next topic here.
I want to say something. Just last week, I was at a Rage members only meeting,
Mhm.
and I was talking to Asia. She remembers you, Sai. She said, "Oh, he's the one who got me started doing what I'm doing now." I said, when I met Sai, because she used to be a member of this organization as well, right? Asia
Oh
from
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah.
and with Rage, they do a lot of networking. That's what it was. The last meeting, we were at a black uh restaurant bar, and it was fantastic, right? And
Yeah.
so and people offer their spot up as a venue to help her and bring and it gets them a lot of customers coming that way too. But people network tremendously. You have a trade. Somebody has babysitting services. Someone has even just like your friend what's his name? He has uh the plumbing service on 95th Street. You know what I'm
Reverend Taylor. Yeah, Reverend Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah, Taylor, Reverend. Yeah, and he's great. But anyway, whatever you have an issue with, basically you had to say what you needed. What is it that you need? How, you put your needs out there, and then what can you offer? And I think what we can offer, all of us, you start where you are right now. You're offering good services, and your kindness, being out there on the playground with other people, it spreads. People need that. That's Pamela who was saying that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But that it may not seem much to you, but it means a lot to those people out there that someone extended themselves to speak to them, to reach
Mhm.
the kids and say something nice to them. They need that, because somewhere else they're not going to get it. But your
Yep.
love will overpower that. But anyway, with Rage is so wonderful. Rage is the Residents Association of Greater Inglewood, and they're opening up a place. If you guys don't know, that their headquarters are going to be on 59th and Racine now, and so they got that big old Leon's building that they're
Mhm.
so. But they do so much, and they just fascinate me, because the people there black folks come through. It seems like in groves just to.
Y'all hear me? Like,
Oh, I hear you now.
yeah. So I think the key is in our zip codes, as we identify the people or the organizations that we know is adding value to our people, that we reinforce it, we support them, which is why we ask them to give us the 4 months out the year quarterly, so we can pass the plate around and put some donations on them, because what we represent is we're guarding the perimeters of the whole zip code. So anything inside the zip code, if it's touching our people, like Rage is touching you, like, why not support Rage? Because it's essentially helping our governor out anyway. So y'all see what I'm saying? Like, anybody in the zip codes doing good is worthy of us having 4 months out the year quarterly, that we can do our part to support them. What do y'all
Yeah,
think about that?
good, because I'm a member of Rage as well. I don't go to all the
Mhm.
meetings. I did go to the anniversary celebration, the
Y'all took a
15
picture
year.
together, both governors, you, Governor Pam, and Governor Deborah. Y'all remember that?
Right. I don't know. See,
Yeah.
I probably did. Did you come over there? I was with Josephine Robinson, Deborah.
All of us, yeah, we all sat at the
Oh
table
yeah,
in front of
that's
our
right.
youth
We
center.
did. You
Yeah,
came over and took the picture.
Off of
yeah,
35th Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
yeah.
But it's
So,
just
so
getting the reciprocation.
Yeah, and
and that no, that's the so if you look at where we are right now, and we got numbers to back up our supporting people from the black businesses, naming your four, having 20 people sending them $5, and to not see $1 come back, it is why we're in the boat we're in, because we do too much. It's our
Mhm.
teenagers we took all over the country, and now they out buying European owned stuff, bragging about it,
Mhm.
and they do they
Yep.
$12 or they $1. They firsthand benefit. So just what you said is, and Mimi always had to keep me encouraged on that, because when God called me home, and y'all can hear this firsthand, no one can speak and say Si was good and they wouldn't donate their dollar. Mimi, no, that's my marching order. That's in my will, that no one can come up there and say nothing good when you wouldn't even do 4 quarters, because I spent my
Amen.
life on this. And so it's
Amen.
very unfortunate when we got people who would talk and won't even sow.
Right.
Talk, but
Amen.
something
A-
as powerful as the $1 a month, $12 a year. So I'm with you on that.
Amen.
But yeah,
Amen.
so I
Rage,
want to,
kids out the block, we want to support them. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to say some far as the other organizations. I've been through so much with this. I don't deal with all the other organizations. I deal with one. And I gotta say this, you guys, it's nothing against anybody, but at the end of the day, when you've been supported all the time before you was on, and then you get a chance to get the stage and you don't mention who helped you get
Mhm.
on. I personally, not coming from nobody else, this is personal. I personally say that's wrong. That's it. Like, I'm not, knocking you. You do your thing how you do it. But when you have a platform and you know where you came from, and then you get a chance to represent, and you do not, the main thing you should have represented was NBCU first. If nothing else, just say something about them, or put it on another person's mind. And when you don't do that, it threw me off a long time with all these other organizations. But the realest one I've ever dealt with since I've been dealing with this since what '05, I think 2005. Since I've been dealing with this, NBCU is one of the realest organizations I've ever dealt with. And the rest of the organizations I see when they get, they stage, they don't announce or they don't mention on a major platform like holler it out like it's because of this particular organization, and if we support this particular organization, it's never none of that. So that's why I kind of shun away from a lot of different organizations, you guys. And I used to back in the days go to a lot of meetings with Cy, and at the end of the day, do the political piece, stand out there all night or full daybreak, and all of it was stole back in my face. So I just personally deal with NBCU right now, you guys. So I just wanted to put that out there. When you get your platform, say something about who helped you or where you started from, and let other people know about this particular organization. That's all I'm saying.
I, I think with 31 years, come November 20th, 94, 31 years in the game, I would say, unless you 32 years old, 33 years old in your organization, that we've had some influence, whether it's us helping get you started on your block, whatever. So we got that legacy across Chicago and across the country. And when me and Charles had the young people in St. Louis when they killed Mike Brown, the young man was tired of Jesse and Farrakhan, not Farrakhan, Jesse and Sharpton coming in their city. And he said, I'm tired of all y'all coming here just to get on TV and make the news. And we was able
Mhm.
to go to YouTube and show him a video in September. They killed Mike Brown in September. We on tour in September, every September in St. Louis. We was able to show him 10 years ago in September, we was in St. Louis. So we was able
Hey.
to show him and kill that energy of, get away from us that we've been consistent for 10 years without no $1 coming from y'all investing in y'all city, spending with black businesses in your city. So I think, especially some of the people who went on those trips, it'd be ideal if they would be promoting, but that's across the board. Unfortunately, our young people, Generation X, Z, whatever you call it, don't know how to show as much appreciation. I think, Joe, that's what you're getting at. Is like if those people were treating like we should be doing our ancestors, always calling up on them and reminding how important they were in our life, we could be at a different level. But we ain't gonna worry about that. We go press forward. But Joe, I know where you're coming from with that. Anybody else got any thoughts on that?
Well, and I seem like I got a lot of thoughts, but
No, no,
with
hey,
Joe,
we
I'm like
you
that.
good.
I told Sarat, I God first, then NBCU. That is my priorities. But I'm in other
Wow, I like that.
organizations, and I have another one that just what you were saying. A whole lot of successful organizations have come out of this other group that I'm a part of. They do their stuff they never mention. And I'm going to mention the group I'm in is United Black American Progress Association with Dr. Webb Evans, who is the
Mm,
original Mr. By Black. And a lot of the people that came out that never makes mention of what he does. And that goes back to Cyron and his structures and systems and habits and all these things that what if everybody is prideful, they want to take the pride and glory themselves. Look at what
exactly.
I did. They don't want to reach back and tell it. I'm not saying a lot, but it's too many of them that do
Eh,
that. But again, that's what we have been pitted since we've been in this country against one another. Whenever we start working together, they separate us. The government comes in, rezoning, redistricting, closing down jobs, just feeding it. Let me ask y'all something. I hope I'm not going to be offensive with anybody, but
Oh, you
have y'all
good?
heard of the Boule groups? The Boules? Is that am I saying it right? Sarai, you smiling. You know what I'm talking about?
The black elite, the black
Yes,
comfortable.
sir.
Yeah, we.
And that group, and now it goes beyond them just being the leading a part. Many of them have been used to keep watch over us, not letting us progress. They're getting benefits from us staying. The blacks are getting benefits, have been bought to keep
Yeah.
from letting us progress. But we got to break through that. It's more of us than them. It's way
Oh
more
yeah.
It's more, but way more of us than elite and all this
Big time.
uncomfortables and all these. So I
Big time.
think, we got to cover this with prayer for sure. But hopefully we can change people about this pride, because too many organizations won't say from whence they came. They just won't. I don't know why. They just won't. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. You didn't even have no boots. Shut your mouth.
So let me say this, because I think, but let's frame it. Let's frame what y'all expressed.
Okay.
Our we recognize that, but that's all over the country. We recognize
Yes.
that when we ask people to give us the 4 months out the year quarterly, and during
Yes.
those 4 months that we go pass the collection plate around and donate it to you, that is our kryptonite for that spirit, not the people
Okay.
but that spirit of I want to arrive first and then I pull
Right.
you up. That spirit.
Right.
And so when we had those 4 months, and we know based on the last name solution what name group of people we go ask to support them. So it's like we'll fight past that, because at the end of the day, whoever we're talking about, if 1,000 people when this day month sent them $5 and they get 5K, they go look at us differently. I
That's right.
guarantee you.
That's
They're gonna
right.
look at us different. And that was
Yes.
just $5 from our 1,000 PQR people. So just
Right.
know that's how we fight past that in Detroit,
Okay.
in St. Louis, in Milwaukee.
Okay.
When we go to Milwaukee and man, we don't need y'all up here. He go $5,000. What? Well, yeah, we need y'all. Come on up here some more. That's what's gonna happen and break through barriers everywhere we go, because we come in bearing gifts first.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We come in,
Well,
and that takes away that.
why do people think they don't need us or any help?
It's ego, edging God
Okay.
out, as some people say. So that's what it is,
Yeah.
and I get it. If I've been in Detroit trying my best for 20 years to make something happen, and here you come making it happen, what am I supposed to do? Of course, I'm a little like, man, I got behind on my rent 3 times trying to make the children work. Then here you come with making it work, and ideally, and we like this. We recognize that when you go in someone else's area, there are people in that zip code who've been trying, been praying to God. Who are you to come in there and try to do better? Why not come in there and reinforce them? Why not come in there and
Exactly.
bolster them up? We know we behind it, but we bolster them up. So we come in with 5,000 for your organization. Now you can shine amongst your peers, but you know
Right.
where it came from. Even if you
Right.
don't give us credit for it, it's our 1,000 people who won't give it to you next time. Then you know what I'm saying. So that's the
That's right.
solution.
All
That's how we
right.
gonna fix that, y'all. So
Okay.
all right. So now we let's go to economics. So last month, the reason we're not doing it at Jennifer's place, we was there earlier because um, we pay for every month from January to June. We pay for the space, we pay for food, and we pay for printing. So that's about $300 minimum whenever we do the in-person summits. So last month we did 366 and nobody came, but about 3 people. Besides me, Charles, so we literally had all this food, we had all this printing, you know what I'm saying? And the people at Garfield Park didn't show up. And I did a video express my disappointment with it, because when we in your zip code, we only there once a year from the
Okay.
summit. And
Okay.
that's why we're pouring, $300 or $400 into that. And so for you not to show up, and then the last name people too, that's 2 groups that's disappointing. The last name people, that's disappointing, and the people who we in your neighborhood, we in your zip code. So that was 2 groups that let us down for the Garfield Park piece. And so I had to recover that money by not doing it in person this time to help make up for last month. So I just wanted to make sure from the economic standpoint, y'all know that typically that's a guaranteed cost between January and June 30th, is that food, printing, and then paying for the space. So we did, and I think I sent this out. We typically do $600 a month, y'all, just in expenses minimum. That's without the travel and whatnot. And we raised $127 one month. We raised the
Oh,
most money ever for my birthday month, January. We had $1,200 came in, so that
wow.
was big. But just so y'all know, every month we in the deficit every month, and that's why our loan process has been the savior. I got a paper here. They offering $500 loan, y'all. $500 loan, and they want you to pay like 30% interest. Look at this. Yeah, they sent
Whoa.
this $500 loan, and they want 32% interest. Well, watch this.
Wow.
Because we had a rough March. Soon as April hit, PQs and Rs, Frederick Pulliam, governor, $100 loan immediately. Grover Reed, he had $250 loan right away. And then Deborah Pryor, governor, $100. We got $450 in 3 days from our PQs and Rs. We wouldn't go to them anyway. You know what I mean? But we built our own system so we don't have to go through that foolishness. They robbing our people with that type of for $500. You gonna have them pay 3 times? Like that's we built our own, y'all, and every month. So we already know next month is Joyce St. Quinfield, last name STs and U's. We already know Lanyard Smith. We know. So it's like we built something, y'all, and it don't get celebrated enough, which is why I'm bringing it up now, is because if it wasn't for the big dollar loan people we got, I wouldn't be able to foot the bill every single month like that. So it helps when you got that 450 coming in to make up that 360 from the failed summit last month. What do y'all think about that? But that's just y'all know how it operates. 600 is minimum every month. That's $7,200 a year. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think about that?
I want to zero in on what you just said because so many blacks, I know a whole lot of folks, and wasn't me, those, what were they called? They put them out of business. Paycheck loans. You know, they had them all over everywhere. It was astronomical. I had a friend, it was just exorbitant. You know, she didn't have no money because paying that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
please don't miss them up
Yep.
because you
Big
got to
time.
work 6 months to make it up. So
Big time.
how can we have something around that, maybe in all the zip codes of coming out, maybe get a church to host something because people don't know. They don't know there's some other options. If they become a part of this group, this is our own personal credit union. We don't have to go to these loan people. We got people that are investing into this to help you out. So they're not taking those ridiculous loans. And they say, well, it's 32%. I'm just only paying. So they don't care if they have to pay the rest of the year, their life. They just need the money
Yeah.
right then. So
Yeah.
how can we incorporate
Yeah.
this so a vast amount of people can hear about it and we know and it's workable and we can get more people to
Yeah.
even invest as long, in the loans thing. I forgot all about it. Really I did because this is the first time I've heard us talk about it in a while about the loans. But
Yeah.
I think that was
I hear you.
another doable thing where we, like you said, we're helping us. We're
Yeah,
helping
do for self.
ourselves.
So let me give you the quick answer to that. Then we're gonna switch over here. So the future is information jobs, travel, real estate. The real estate is separate from NBCU because that's for profit. The information jobs, that's us because we block by block. So that's non-for-profit information jobs. The travel, that's us because we take teenagers to different cities. So those two is NBCU. Real estate is different. Real estate division is Gary, Indiana first because it's cheap. It's right next door to Chicago, and it's 10,000 vacant properties, so you can get them cheap. So we want to have 5 people put up $1,000 to create a LLC. All of them got to have the title Gary Track 1 through however many we create. But we know every one of them tracks with $1,000 is going to allow them to be their own entity to do real estate in Gary, Indiana first. What this really does, once we create an LLC with 5 people in it, now that LLC can be your lender. The LLC can loan to its owners, its member owners. You know what I mean? So now you got insulation. That LLC can enter into contracts. It can get a living trust. It can do all type of things, but that is separate from NBCU, even though it's a part of our networking. But that's going to allow us to get every Black family into ownership. Ownership is where you borrow from what you already own. And now we doing real estate. We doing joint ventures. We bringing 30 tracks together to buy this 12-unit building. Look at what we're doing as a people.
Right?
Y'all see that? So that's where we're gonna fix economically is getting our people into ownership. And guess what, Pamela? If you don't have the $1,000 to get in, but we know how important you are to motivate your family, we got Governor. We got the $100 loaners who've been doing the loans since 2018. Hey, we need 10 loaners to put up for Pamela. We vouching for her so she can get in the game. How beautiful is
Okay.
that?
That's great.
Like, come on. We built our own network that's gonna be there because they believe in what we're doing.
Okay.
So I think that's the answer there.
Okay,
So,
very good.
all right. So I want to introduce this to you guys. Y'all know every Wednesday is Economic Day. So Blue Wednesday 4. This is the fourth Wednesday, and especially our people watching this for the first time. We are saying that our Black businesses are going to be racially profiled and not giving grants, loans, things of that nature. So let's create a family around the businesses. So this is a family that we want to begin to love on each other, get to know each other, and be there for each other. Owners, these are owners. So we even gave them the months to support each other, whether you need it or not. All right. So in January, all our Black-owned corner stores getting extra money. So we're saying to the residents, if you can't name 4 Black businesses this month, one of your 4, send it to the Black corner store. Cash App, Zelle on the money. You ain't even got to get nothing. Send them $5. So if 1,000 people sending that corner store $5 because they can't name their 4, that's $5K that corner store got that wouldn't have got it if it wasn't from this concept. Next, electricians in February. Then in March, martial arts. Then painters in April. Then book authors next month. Then HVAC plumbers in June. Carpenters in July. Auto mechanics in August. Lawyers in September. Journalists in October. And journalists is our podcasters too, because they telling stories, they telling the news. So them too. Bricklayers and welders in November, and then our marketers in December. What y'all think about this?
Good plan.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Shoot holes through it, I should say then. What's wrong with this? And we're gonna go to the other ones after this, but what y'all think? What's shoot holes through that one?
The people sending their money that are naming it naming it for, you know.
So watch this, and I see we got Quabin on, so I want to bring him in so we can talk about the FCC. But let me do this right quick. So y'all keep picture these businesses right here, right? Y'all see that? Watch this. Watch this. This is Blue Wednesday because that's Wednesday. I'm finna bring yellow in. Watch this. Yellow, and we're gonna go to 12th graders. I want y'all to see 12th graders right here. Then we're gonna bring Quabina in. So we go to 12th grade university, which is right here. Every Tuesday is Education Day. No
Okay.
12th grader stands alone. Lounges are assigned to financially help 12th graders. Marketers, 12th graders. Plumbers, 12th graders. Massage therapists, 12th graders. Salespersons, 12th graders. So we just saw plumbers and what month they're getting free money from us naming our 4, and if we can't, we send them $5. And we know when they get money from the residents, we want them putting money on Tuesday Education Day into the grade assigned to them. So you giving your money to the plumber, whatever month he's up, he's putting that money into the 12th grade. So it creates a cycle where from education to economics, that plumber got back up because of all the businesses that's linked in to him or her. And then here come the 12th graders knowing that they got help from these business people. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's clever.
Yeah, tit for tat. Tit for
I like
tat.
that word. It's clever.
Okay.
All right. What's wrong with it?
Again, people giving the money, doing what they're supposed to do.
Who
But
knows
the
about
plumber,
it?
if the plumber don't participate, are we gonna have
Right.
1,000 people send them $5 next time?
I
I
don't know
No.
mean,
how
that's
we.
reciprocation. No, I mean, why would like part of this whole thing? He's in the zip code, she's in the zip code. So if you're in the zip code, you're not giving back. Why would we continue? Like, I
All
don't even
right.
have to say that. Like it, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So let's bring our brother in. Let's bring that flyer back up so Quabena can speak on what he does. So in the meantime, he introduce him. So y'all heard of Geronimo Pratt, Black Panthers out there in Oakland, California?
Maybe.
Black Panther, you don't remember that name?
I remember the Black Panthers. I do remember that.
Well,
Yeah.
this the family right here. This is the real bloodline family right here on with us. Quabena, Gary, Indiana. He been serving ever since I've known him, and he served my uncle, and just a brother that's really conscious. He hate the N word, so he gonna speak about that. And Quabena, that's your introduction, man. Come on in, man, and tell us about what you do, and let's talk about this.
What an introduction, Brother Cy, and right on, man. Our uncles, man. Your uncle, good comrade of mine. out of Gary, dealing with this violence that was taking place in Gary, still is. A friend of mine's 17-year-old nephew was shot and killed 2 nights ago in Gary. But they shot up his house. Just it's just crazy. His mother collapsed a couple times and put her in the hospital.
Wait, this just happened? Where at?
I think somewhere on the northwest side of the city.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I heard about that. All right.
Yeah, and but it's promoted and pushed. It's promoted and pushed, and we say by this music. And you mentioned that N bomb that's being dropped. Oh, by the way, you mentioned Geronimo Jijaga. So yeah, he was that was my uncle. He was a deputy minister of defense of the Black Panther Party in Southern California, and he put in a lot of work around the country. But he also was a political prisoner there around 27 years locked up in prison, and finally got released. And I kind of, I don't know if you guys can see my shirt. Yesterday was Mumia Abu Jamal's birthday. He was a 15-year-old when he joined the Black Panther Party. He's one of the few still left locked up in prison, a Black Panther political prisoner. I think there's like 3 who are still with us who are locked up. And there's plenty of political prisoners, but in terms, because a lot of people are politicized once they get locked up, or
Right.
post the Black Panther Party movement, people who are political prisoners. And aside, too, I want to mention, too, it was a year ago that you and I and others were rallying for Ibrahim Traore, and maybe some of you all, too.
Yes.
Because we participated with you. It was late April of 2025, and I just saw a piece with him dealing with political prisoners in Burkina Faso, vowing to get rid of a whole bunch of them prisoners, working with the people who are locked up in prison, understanding why we do what we do. And it's not always just the people of just being evil people or whatever, but a lot of times it's economic. But when it comes to the U.S. and the fact that the United States has just over 4% of the world's population, but imprisons a quarter of the world's prisoners. And almost half of those are us, are African people. And so what they're doing to us in terms of this music is indoctrinating in our minds to do stuff to lock us up, to put us in prison, whether it's slinging illegal drugs, hurting each other. When you drop N-bombs on each other, you're dehumanizing yourself, so you do anything to them. And our sisters, they get called N's, B's, they get it doubly. B's probably triple. They get N's, they get called B's, they get called H's. And so nowadays we see our sisters fighting each other like they lost their minds, our little young girls fighting each other like crazy. And it's because what they've been pushing on them is Glorilla and Sexy Red and Megan Pete and the City Girls and Lotto and Nicki Garbage and Cardi B Gone. That's all they push on our daughters. They don't hear. I'm with one of my comrades right now. We were just debating, not really debating, but talking about Aretha Franklin or Dionne Warwick's version of "I Say a Little Prayer." And just listening to where's that?
Yes.
Where is that? But they know exactly what they're doing. A good friend of mine's daughter recently graduated from college, and I asked her, we got to talking, and then subject came up about slow dancing, and she said she had never slow danced, and so that that piqued my interest. So I started asking them other sisters the same question, and a lot of them had never slow danced.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
Right.
I'm like, well, what they gonna slow dance to if all they playing on the radio is them H's ain't loyal and nothing to cut them B's off?
Right.
So what our project is Clear the Airways Project. We know the importance of music as a culture, and culture is a people's way of life. Culture is everything. From how we prepare for our unborn to how we bury our dead and everything in between. And music plays such an important role in a people's culture. And they got control of our culture. In Chicago, which is like probably the second largest concentration of African people in the whole United States, both of the radio stations that target our children are ran and controlled by Europeans. I was sharing this with some of our comrades in New York, and they said the same thing here. In the largest city, same thing here. So I was monitoring yesterday, and I tell you, he was out there with us, him and his uncle, and plenty of us several times on the corner of 66 and Stony at the first black-owned McDonald's in the whole country. McDonald's was one of the largest sponsors of these radio stations, and these radio stations, that's how they make money, is by sponsorship and commercials. And so we said, okay, let's put some pressure on these outlets. And so he was out there with us, you know, demonstrating almost every Saturday for a couple years. We were out there. And we got, when you mentioned, we got them to kind of slow down on their purchases. But however, they still do it. I kind of slowed down myself on monitoring these stations. I used to say I was listening to them, but I was admonished by this sister, or warned by this sister at an ALD several years ago, African Liberation Day, that you got to be careful, listen to this crap. And she was right. So I said, I don't say I'm listening anymore. I started saying I'm monitoring the station just to even get that word out of there. And so recently I've cut down a lot, but I decided to just monitor the other day, and it didn't take long. So there was a song that by the Baby. There's so many baby rappers, you know, just elementary and childish stuff, but that childish. This song was called "Pop That Thing," and it wasn't even as bad as the Ozzy Brothers had a song way back in the day called "Pop That Thing" too. It was kind of funky, kind of provocative, but this "Pop That Thing." They got to see about, is anybody in here, no one over 40 should be admitted to what I'm about to say.
No one over 40?
Okay, so I'm about to say something that's kind of bad. Huh?
Go ahead.
And that's a Fred Sanford joke anyway, but I'm listening to this yesterday. So no one over 40 admitted to one of them episodes. Yeah. So I'm listening to the song, and of course the girl talks about spread it, and I look up the lyrics until I can see the whole. Ride the D until your legs start shaking. S'ing on the D until your throat gets sore. This was played.
Lord have mercy.
This was played, and I recorded it. This was played at about 4:45 or 10 minutes to 5 on Thursday. On WGCI. WGCI is a no heart station. We call them no heart. Everybody else calls them I heart because they ain't got no heart for what they do to our people. And this was being played at that time. And so
5 in the afternoon.
At 5 in the afternoon, when our children our youngsters are out and about. And so the FCC, which is the Federal Communications Commission, they have decency standards, even though they uplift or they uphold the First Amendment right to free speech. They uphold that, they say. However, because our children might be listening, they have decency standards. Between 6 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, you profile and indecent content. And after 10 o'clock, they give them a little leeway. They can play a little more provocative stuff. Obscene content is never allowed. Never allowed. And so you got songs that playing talking about S and the D until your throat gets sore in the chorus of the song that these Europeans are pushing to our children. And they've been doing this. But I just mind it for a few seconds. So, but the FCC has if you go to their page, they have a that you can fill out. We used to fill a bunch of them out, and we got them chronicled. I'm gonna fill out for this one, and we gotta stop them. Brother Salim Mullah Wakil, who does this Saturday night show on VOA, and really good. I think it's one of the best shows they have. But he was talking the other day about how African women are 6 times more likely to be homicide victims than European women. Wow. So when I heard him say that, I said, let me say what it is for African men. And we were 8 times more likely than European men to be homicide victims. 8 times more likely. The Center for Disease Control shared that they do a thing, the top 10 causes of death. The only group that had homicide in the top 10 causes of death were African people, was us. The only group, well, no, not the only group. So when it came to they did it by age, between the ages of 1 and 40, we were homicide was the #1 cause of death for Black people. And those are the ages you're supposed to be bringing life into the world, or, as you get a little older and all that. But our #1 cause of death was homicide. So if that's the case, once again, why is it that all these radio stations and all these award shows, including the NAACP Image Awards, are broadcasting and playing and pushing artists who drop N-bombs on us, who call out women B's and H's, who tell us to be materialistic morons and to be alcoholics and drug abusers and drug slangers, and to kill each other, and to shoot and kill each other.
Yeah. Now, talk about the gas station, the liquor stores, like in the Gary example.
in Gary, I don't know if you know, if you guys come to Gary, it's Sal, you there, it's pretty, some tough conditions that we live under. So we have, in Gary, we border Hammond. We also border East Chicago and a few other cities, but we border Hobart to the east. East Chicago and Hammond are like to our west. And we did a little survey and we found out that Hammond has 5 liquor stores. Bigger population in Gary, they got 5 liquor stores. East Chicago got 5 liquor stores. Hobart, 5 liquor stores. Gary, I counted 19. I mentioned it to Sister Natalie at the radio station. She said, no, she said, no, I was wrong. There's not 19. She said, there's 25.
Lordy.
25 liquor stores in Gary, and they open early in the morning. I was talking to this brother the other day at the gym. He said himself, and this is what I've been saying. I said, bro, you been listening to me? He said, first thing we got to do is they got to be closed at about 6 or 7 o'clock. Right now they close at 1 to 2 o'clock. Close them, and I said, yeah, close them at 6 or 7, and don't let them open until noon. People argue, well, they're gonna get it anyway. Okay, yeah, let's go get it anyway. But let's not us make it convenient for them.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask you a question about that? Now, I remember when I'm older than 40 by 30 years. I remember when the liquor stores didn't open till 8 o'clock. The people be lined up outside on their way to work, waiting to get a drink. Well, what happened to those laws that about having the restriction of time? And then on Sundays, you couldn't, if the store sold liquor, you couldn't sell it till after 12 on Sundays. But I'm saying, I think a lot of them are getting away with them because they're saying that grocery stores and groceries and liquors. So they're falling under the grocery store instead of the liquor. It's just a straight liquor store. So they're able to open earlier.
They can stop them in Indiana, I think for a while, when I moved here in 91, but for a good while, it was dry on Sunday. So you have to go over to Illinois a lot of times or go to the people selling the bootleg liquor to get it. And so they can do it. All this thing can be done by these municipalities. They're going to sue us. Let them sue us. You got all these conditions like we living in under Gary. How dare they come in? We're going to sue. We're going to sue y'all.
Right.
I was at Purdue, working at Purdue. I had to leave work one day to come to this hearing. They were trying to change our fruit stand in the Glen Park section of Gary. I think, Si, you were out there with us. No, your uncle was. They were trying to change an abandoned fruit stand, a large fruit stand on Broadway, to a liquor store. We went to the zoning meeting and we fought them, and it didn't pass. And on our way leaving, going back to work, I can never forget this guy named Alan Pfefferman, who's no longer here, and one of them Arab liquor store owners, who, by the way, Economy Liquors, they got 15 of them in Gary. They had the nerve to put the number, Economy Liquor number 3, number 15 of them. So they confronted me leaving out of the city hall, like they wanted to pay. And I got a picture of them. I got a picture of the guy. Give me the finger. But we defeated them. However, about a month later, this lady, she wasn't a councilwoman yet, but Levita Sparks Wade said, Quavon, you got to come to the meeting. They're going to pull something. So lo and behold, this dude, I won't say what his nickname was. Jonathan Booth gave him a nice nickname. I'll tell you about it later. Side. But his name was Clorius Lay. You can imagine what his nickname was. But Clorius Lay, I ought to be ashamed of myself. But Clorius Lay, who was a city attorney at that time, advised them to change their vote against this liquor store being open, this large liquor store being open. And the city council reversed their vote, and that big old liquor store got in there. Find out later that this Jewish guy, Alan Pfefferman, who's no longer here, he was giving them all campaign funds.
Now
something like that.
Yeah. Now we got 4 minutes left, y'all. Any questions for Quabena so we can cover this last topic before we got to go? I appreciate you, Quabena.
Is he the gentleman you said that? Is he the one with the Clear the Airways?
Yes.
Yes. Our project is called Clear the Airways. What I would like to do, Si, if you guys can help us with doing some of these complaints with the FCC, I can take a time to go over how to do it. It takes about 5 minutes. And also, let's try to get out, man, on these fools and put some pressure on them. Bob Law just passed. He was our Jegna, definitely real tight on this music piece, and he worked with us with the National Black Leadership Alliance. And people always say when that fallen warrior, when the warrior falls down, the best thing to do to honor him is to pick up that weapon. And so we had a complaint. So we had a resolution passed in near Philadelphia in Gary, and we put one in New York City for them to condemn these radio stations and supported the Clear the Airways, encouraging or asking the FCC to deal with their decency standards against the stations in New York City. It's been sitting there since 2019, has not moved out of the city hall. Our goal is to have it moving by Black Music Month, which is June every month in New York City. So we're going to be working on that. We also got to start putting more pressure on these beasts on what they're doing to our children with this music. So that I'll leave it at that, man. I appreciate you all's time. So I appreciate your work with us, man, all these years and what you're doing, bro. It's just some beautiful, beautiful work that you're doing, man.
Oh yes, no, and I just want them to meet you firsthand. So you okay with everyone having your number, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Excellent.
good.
No, I appreciate it. So salute,
Good.
man. All right, we appreciate you, my brother. We finna wrap up. We got 3 minutes left. Did anyone have anything? I'm gonna put this last picture up so y'all can see, because I want y'all to know this should be done with your family member who might transition to. So this here is what Kim Melton did with her to honor her father. This is him in the military. He was in the Army, and he was a principal in a school in Baton Rouge. So she sent me that picture. She sent me this picture here. And we took those pictures because she gave that $50. She's a marketer, so it goes to 12th graders. So we took that picture and this picture right here of her dad. We put his name on it. This is him as I think going into the military. And this is what the young girl who won, which is Joe's niece, won the $50 12th grade award. This is what she got right here. And we generated this flyer, and we want you guys to consider who in your family you want to name the award after. You name the price and all that good stuff. And this here is what it looks like. So this is the young 12th grader there, right there. Zoom in. That's her. Her name is Karan Murray. She was unsuspecting that the money came because it came from her zip code, stayed in her zip code. And this here is Kim, who gave it in honor of her father right there at the top. And so this, imagine what this looks like when our young people in every zip code have a saturation of honoring our people who are ancestors now, putting money in their hand that motivates them, and then they get honored with their picture as well. And this is a forever memento. What do y'all think about that?
It's beautiful. It's inspiring
Yep.
and
Yep.
contagious. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. So for our Chicago people, Wednesday, the 29th, we're going to be on 79th and Ashland with the emergency preparedness. We're going to be working with the B1 organization, and we're going to be featured because it's block by block. So we're going to be doing a training in there too. It's in the evening time. We're going to feed people. Anton Seal is going to provide the food. So here it is right here. 1542 West 79th Street, 6 to 8. Doors open at 5:30. If you want to volunteer, you can come there at 5 o'clock and help us get the food distributed and all that good stuff. But this is about what happens if the water is cut off, the food is cut off, you lose power. What's the family plan? All right. Any thoughts on that?
Is that going to be recorded so those of us who are not there can see it at a later date? Do you know?
Actually, every month we're going to do a different training. So I'll find out if it's going to be recorded. I don't know right now, but mine, I'm going to go live with my section, which is block by block. But I'm not sure if everyone's going to do the same. So we'll see.
Yeah, because that emergency preparedness, everybody needs that firsthand, I think, and then we can move to other things.
Yes, yes, yeah. And part of it is if your cell phones went out, how you communicate with the rest of your family members. So it's thinking that way, y'all. All right. Well, I thank y'all for y'all time.
Thank you.
It's been 2 hours that went by quick.
Peace, y'all. Thank you.
All right, it's recorded.
Thank you.
So it's going to be on YouTube, so you guys be able to share it with people that you know. Thank y'all for the loans, the donations, and let's just spread the word that we can do for self.
Amen.
Amen.